LoreWarrior Armour, Chevalier Light Tank. Overview. Cannibalized for their sophisticated weapon systems, the number of Star League-designed Chevaliers dwindled steadily during the Succession Wars. In fact, at the time of the clan invasion, fewer than a dozen Chevaliers served among all of the successor state militaries. Only one manufacturer, Millennium Industries of Terra, continued to produce the Chevalier according to its original specifications. Though the armies of the Draconis Combine and Federated Commonwealth possess a few Chevaliers, most of Millennium's output was purchased by the Comguard prior to the Word-of-Blake invasion of Terra. Capabilities. The Chevalier is a well-designed, versatile tank, capable of performing for extended periods between maintenance and resupply stops. The Chevalier's 6.5 ton of Chobham Max-Tech armour provide it with remarkable protection for a light tank. A turret-mounted extended-range large laser serves as the tank's primary weapon, while a pair of forward-firing Streak 2 short-range missile launchers provide additional firepower, up to about 300 meters. Though this weapon mix leaves the Chevalier with less firepower than many contemporary light tank designs, the large laser enables the Chevalier to operate for long periods without stopping to replenish ammunition. The Chevalier's laser and 8-wheeled locomotive system are powered by a massive RT-190 fusion plant that constitutes a third of the Chevalier's mass. The RT-190 enables the Chevalier to reach a top speed of 97 kph, considerably slower than hovercraft of comparable mass, but quite respectable for a wheeled or tracked vehicle. The main weakness in the Chevalier's design is the tank's cramped crew quarters. This space contains barely enough room for the vehicle's 3 crew members, let alone food and other supplies. Deployment. Originally designed as a fast reconnaissance tank, the Chevalier has been superseded by a host of new vehicles armed with sophisticated electronic systems. However, the Comguard continue to employ impressive numbers of Chevaliers for reconnaissance among screening forces, and many serve with rear echelon units in a wide variety of roles. Despite the inherent limitations of the tank's wheeled drive system, the Explorer Corps commonly use Comguard Chevaliers as planetary rovers, deploying them with their garrison forces. Variants. A number of Chevalier variants serve with the Comguard and Explorer Corps, and most of these versions feature less armour and increased speed or expanded weapon arrays. One variant, employed by the Comguard's 31st Division, known as the Lost Boys, uses 4.5 ton of armour and a single streak launcher, and boasts a top speed of 119 kph. Another variant, used by many Explorer Corps units, carries 4 ton of armour, a Beagle active probe, and a Sperry Browning machine gun with half a ton of ammunition. So the Chevalier, a 35-ton wheeled vehicle with a RT-190 power plant, a cruise speed of 65 kph and a maximum speed of 97 kph. Its armour is the Chobham Max-Tech, its armament being a single Blackenberg extended-range large laser and 2 Zone Tone Streak 2 SRM launchers. Its manufacturer is Millennium Industries, primary factory is Azania in Terra. Its communication system is the December 10 Whisperer, its targeting and tracking system is the Blackenberg Trooper. Overall, this translates into a vehicle that moves 6 on cruise and 9 on flank with 12 heat sinks. It has an armour factor of 104, with 26 on the front, 20 on the sides, 16 on the rear, and 22 on the turret. The ER large laser is located in the turret on the top, with the streak launchers being forward mounted in the hull, with a single ton of ammo split between them, so about 25 shots per launcher. Overall, pretty cool looking vehicle. Always like the Chevalier. It's actually one of the starter vehicles that you can buy in MechWarrior Living Legends if you've ever played that. And there's a slight change there. I think they give it an X large pulse laser for some reason, so it can just you just hold down the trigger and it just keeps firing and firing and firing. But yeah, it's a good little vehicle. Again, like the Pinto in the previous one, the Chevalier is another one of those vehicles that, again, you see a lot with Comstar, gives them a bit more character, a bit more flair, kind of things you might encounter. Presumably, with Terra being seized by the Blakists, it means that you can also encounter them as foes. They're not too heavily armoured, that they're difficult to kill. Obviously, with that 26 on the front, take a few hits, but side and rear shots will definitely be an easier way of taking them out. They're also not extremely fast, so they're not too difficult to hit for most players, but they've got enough of a punch. An ER large laser, it's annoying, it's got a bit of range, allows it to keep its distance, so yeah, a couple of these mixed in as part of a vehicle lance, yeah, could be Quite annoying, but not too deadly that you end up accidentally killing a player. I mean, unless you get really, really bad shots on your rolls, but, you know, that shit happens with any of those kind of games, doesn't it? But yeah, it's a nice little vehicle. I really like it. It's versatile. Again, it's one of those things as a GM you can throw onto the table as an ally, because again, it's not gonna carry the day. Basically, like the AI NPCs doing the job for you. They can be used in MechWarrior RPG as a vehicle again that the players can all pile into, for instance, and drive that around and encounter as a foe, that kind of thing. So you've got lots of options with the Chevalier. It's a decent little vehicle, and as it says, it's got some versatility in there, being used as sort of like a rover or a kind of explorer vehicle. So yeah, and got really nothing bad to say about the little thing. 35 ton. Yeah, as it states, it doesn't outclass a lot of other vehicles out there, but it's got its own little character. And again, it's something that's largely used by Comstar. I would question the way it says that Millennium Industries on Terra has continued to produce it. So does that mean that it has still been producing ER large lasers throughout the entirety of the Succession War era? And if that was the case, was this more of a secret, like a Comguard army secret kind of thing? Or does it just mean... Well, I guess it does mean it's the original spec, so it has to have had the ER large lasers this whole time. So I'm guessing this must have been something Comstar kept secret, which means very few, if any, of these would have left Terra. It does state that the Combine and the Federated Commonwealth possess a few, but I'm guessing those must have just been leftovers from the Succession War. So yeah, I'm guessing Comguard must have still had a whole boatload of these things still being produced, I guess is what it's suggesting there. So it's interesting. Anyway, thanks all for listening. Have a good day, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye bye.